What's stopping you from being successful? Seriously, what is your why? Real estate agents, broke, I want you to listen to me very carefully. As a licensed real estate broker in the state of Florida, my name is George Almodovar with Bella Lago Brokerage. What is stopping you from being successful? Is it your alter ego? And I'm going to get into it because let me give you an example. When I first came here to the state of Florida, I did not know anyone, right? It's not like some people here, who, those realtors that actually went to high school here, you go actually reach out to your friends, hey, you want to buy a house? You know, I'm a realtor now. I had no one here. And the only way that I knew how to get recognized and known so I could sell real estate was through marketing myself. As you all know, I will have the cowboy hat right now because sometimes people don't even realize who I am without the cowboy hat, right? I'm the known as a Puerto Rican cowboy, George Almodovar. Now, the thing was, I was with RE/MAX, and when I first joined RE/MAX, I remember one of the agents, elderly agents, right? His name is Richard. Richard, Nat, how you doing? Just in case he's watching this. Richard actually came, and he knew I was into motivational videos. So he lent me these CDs that were from Robert Palmer. And I would listen to Robert Palmer say and how he became successful. And one of the things he definitely did was marketing, a lot of marketing, to the point that at the time his fiance was like, hey, you know, how are you going to live? All the money you're putting into marketing. And he kept multiplying. When he would make a sales or he would get the money revenues, he would grab that same money and put it right back into marketing. But then look, he became a multi-billionaire, right? He's the owner of RP Funding, who's nationwide. That same Robert Palmer is now the founder of LPT, which is why I know they're backed by someone who's strong, someone who could be able to give us a lot of benefits. But as I kept listening to those CDs at the time, I heard about marketing, which is why I did a lot of marketing. I remember that even my own broker at the time told me, hey, you know, you spend a lot of money marketing. I said, yeah, but I learned that from RP Funding. I mean, from, you know, Robert Palmer, and it worked for him. And I heard this somewhere else many times over, including books I had read at the time. So I implemented that, and eventually I started growing when I opened up my own brokerage. Now the thing is, I do very well. The time that I'm actually focused, I'm out there marketing, I do very well. But the truth is, a lot of that funds, I use it back and I put it right back into the brokerage. Now, I have some great agents, honestly, but some agents, sometimes they go things to life and they're not doing as what I would like them to do. Right? Now, everybody is self-motivated. And even when you try to motivate them, it doesn't really help them. Now, just for those that don't know, I myself, when I started out in real estate, I was a kid. Okay, and I did it even against my community, even against what my friends told me, right? I always had to prove a point, okay? So when I first bought my first building, I turned around and sold that building for almost $500,000. We're talking about in 2004. So I made about over $300,000 profit on that building. That woke me up because I grew up in, you know, the ghetto, humble. I had humble beginnings, where as a kid, I basically didn't have a childhood because I had to work to be able to buy me socks, cheap shoes and all that, because again, I come from humble beginnings. So the only thing that actually worked for me throughout my whole life, I was able to take care of my girls and grow up, and I still got a baby now, has been, and it still is, real estate. Real estate hasn't failed me yet. I'm talking about when I bought a property, I pull up equity, bought another property, fix it up, pull up equity, bought another property, and I kept doing that. Next thing you know, I own blocks of real estate. So the only thing I do know is real estate, and the only business that I tried that has worked has been real estate for me, because I've done a lot of other businesses that I'm not going to get into. Now, that being stated, when I first heard about LPT 8 months ago, you know, my alter ego, I was like, wow, they have a lot of great benefits. Man, this is concerning, because what I'm offering my agents, as much as I like to help and protect and work and feed my agents, right, knowledge and education, and so they can make money as well, I cannot compete. As a broker, I cannot compete with LPT. What they offer, I cannot compete with Robert Palmer, right? Now, it was odd because one of the ones that is actually marketing a lot of LPT is a personal friend of mine, so everybody knows him, Noah. And Noah happens even to be the same person as me, Aquarius. So the thing was, I'm like, maybe this is destiny. We both, you know, Aquarius. We know each other from networking events and all that. We used to go to Blue Martinis and other spots, right? Both realtors. And so happens that the founder is, again, Robert Palmer. So maybe this is destiny. So I happened to go again to one of the meetings, and the meetings that I went to, I met with someone there that happens that I never seen before. We started talking, and so happens that her family, grand family, is related to my family in Puerto Rico, in Humacao, in Candelaria. I never knew that. And so that's more than a little coincidence. So maybe this is God, maybe this is destiny calling me to do something that I wanted to do, that I was doing in my business, which is, you know, the 3-tier marketing system. I'm not going to get into what they offer. I want you to hear it from them this Wednesday. the 29th at 1 p.m., Lunch and Learn, because what they have to offer is unbelievable. From billboards, infomercials, radio for, commercials, marketing kits. I mean, they have the plan of 80-20. You have the plan of 100% commission for those that don't want to hustle, just want to just make money. I mean, they have it all. But I want you to hear it from them because what they have to offer is honestly is unbelievable. There is no comparison. There's no competition out there. And obviously, this is why I felt for the best interest of my agents, including myself, I had to join LPT. Yeah, the alter ego gets a little bruised because I went to college and I majored in real estate. So I'm like in business. So I'm like, I had to basically downgrade myself from a broker to an associate broker, right? There's certain things on the name of my business that I will have to change, right? But I said, you know what? My ego may be bruised, but my pockets are going to be full, okay? So brokers, I want you to think about it very clearly because one of my own personal friends who's one of the team leaders in LPT, Omar, how you doing as well? He basically told me, hey, what does it matter? You can't compete with a billionaire, right? Your agents eventually, when they hear about what we have to offer, they're going to leave you anyway. And what? You can't run a brokerage by yourself. And that got to me. And he was right. Because it took 8 months for me to think about it and try to work out because I always said that any dreams I have, I want to see it and I want to accomplish it, right? But sometimes in life, you will go through things and your ego, it could be positive and it could be negative because your ego will help you make decisions. Your ego will push you and help you not to give up and keep, you're fighting. You get knocked down, you come back up and you want to keep fighting, right? Because you want to succeed in life. But sometimes you have to realize that when you have a rope in your hand and with weight and it's pulling you and it's ripping your hand apart, sometimes you got to realize and just let the rope go, right? So basically when he told me that, and I said, wow, you know what? At least I know that I did everything I could, right? Because I wanted to implement that theory that I learned many years ago from Alvin that I wrote even in my book. I'm the author of the No BS to Make the Millions in Real Estate. So I thought that I was going to try it out, which I did. At least when I'm on my deathbed, I won't be, well, George, what would it have been if you would have done this, right? But I honestly believe that what I'm doing right now is a blessing, not only just for myself and my real estate agents, but also for many of you if you're watching. So I want you to please be here on Wednesday at 12:30. Okay, on Lunch and Learn. Register the link below. Register because I want to make sure you have your lunch, right? And listen to the benefits that LPT is offering because there's no comparison out there. I assure you that I wouldn't be demoting myself basically if I didn't think it was an actual blessing. And it is. Come listen because this is the next wave that is coming and you want to catch it now. They had about 8 months ago about 700 agents when I heard about them. I was skeptical. They're over 3,150 right now and growing, okay? Us alone is going to be about 16 agents, maybe even more from the outsiders that come in that day. But guys, don't give up. Real estate is awesome. Forget about what the media tells you. One day I'll show you true statistics that I major in real estate and show you the numbers. The fact of the matter is there are many people looking for homes and not enough inventory yet. Especially in the state of Florida. You have all these people relocating, the baby boomers from the state of New York, New Jersey, California, all that, and relocating here, right? For the sun, for the better liability protections, homestead, lower property taxes. It's a lot. But basically, Florida will always do good. Unless the nation, I'm not going to get into that, goes through some other issues, which I'm not going to get to. I'm going to stand on my faith, and I know that real estate is going to continue to do great, okay? Especially for real estate investors. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you then, and God bless.